And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman of Crypto, episode 1107. Today is Friday, June 16, 2023, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay,
Malfunctioning.
here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish.
At 10ish, you jabronis, and today's top stories. BlackRock applies for spot Bitcoin ETF, a U.S. first if approved. Mark Cuban takes on SEC John Reed Stark and crypto derangement syndrome. Bitcoin in Cuba, why some Cubans are adopting Bitcoin to escape the matrix. And Bittrex withdrawals to set to resume after bankruptcy court gives green light. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at our prices for today. Big move for a lot of coins over the last few days, down a little bit, but Bitcoin's at $25,008, up 1.8% today. Ethereum at 162 is up 1% today as well. Binance Coin at 235, up 0.6%. XRP sitting at 46 cents is down 3.5% today. Cardano at 25 cents is down 1% as well. Dogecoin at 6 cents is down 0.4% today. Tron at 6 cents is down 1.9%. And Solana at 1461 is down 0.3%. I may be showing my age, but every time I see Tron, I think about Dave Chappelle character on the real world.
We rich, baby. Nah, did you just? Are you going to quit your job working at this with the cigarette truck? Cigarette truck job? No, I just bought this, baby.
I just bought this cash.
Well, yeah, we know that way too much. You're right. We are showing our age now.
Oh yeah, yeah. We go quote too much and they go turn us off. But we got trending coins, Pepe, IOTEX, and Bitcoin. And then some of the recently added coins are Omega Network. And then we got Toxic Garden.finance seed. What in the hell is going on? And then we got X Project as well for you DJs who want a dumpster dive.
There it is. There it is. And yes, well, I was going to say, folks, really quick, let me get some shout outs. Let me get the shout outs first. What's going on, Zyro, 64 ECG, Chloe, Dior, Fanteezy, Blockchain, Bully, OC Benji, DN, No ID, Raquandri, Lord, Satoshi, Fanteezy, JB. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Make sure you go to Twitter right now and tag your favorite Hexagon. We need answers, folks. We need answers. So go to Twitter and tag your favorite Hexagon and be ready to come in and shield. Today is a Fuck Bitcoin Friday. Of course, we're going to go ahead and put that link in the chat so we can have folks come in later. So feel free to call in. First story of the day, let's go ahead and jump on this. Again, all the money, all the analysts in the world, are they wrong or do they have the inside track? That's right. We're talking about BlackRock applies for a spot Bitcoin ETF, a U.S. first if approved. As I said here, people have been trying to get Bitcoin ETFs since early 2017. Late 2016 for the most part. And have been overlooked, including Gemini, actually, I think, tried to throw their name ahead at one point. It was to the point we were told by a very prominent lawyer in this space, the SEC is not even looking at the applications among those ETFs and a few other different types of applications. They said they're literally either throwing them directly away or just let them stack up by the trash, but they are literally not looking at them. So, hey, you call this conspiracy theories then on that, but so far it's been true. The investment firm joins a long line of applicants. ARK is among those still waiting to hear from the SEC, and Grayscale has appealed its rejection. And again, the crazy part about this is that the SEC is supposed to work for us. They're getting paid with taxpayer money, and they're not even giving you an answer on a business that you want to do. And if you try to move forward, their response is to get United States support to kidnap and arrest you or fine you. Absolute madness. You have to wait for some regulatory body to tell you yes or no to innovate and start different types of businesses. Insane. But again, BlackRock has filed an application for a Bitcoin spot exchange traded fund. The investment company is the world's largest, of course, and it will be the first crypto spot ETF in the U.S. if it receives approval. What we're looking at is if it does receive approval, how? Because they have overlooked so many other ones. What are your thoughts on this Bitcoin, Zay?
Oh yeah, so I think BlackRock is basically what we call the tail wagging the dog. Whenever you have an asset, a commodity like gold, like silver, anything like that, and they enter into the big stage, institutional stage, the tail wagging the dog is basically a strategy where you can introduce a spot ETF or leverage ETF, and you can control the price of Bitcoin either going up or going down because you have so much capital. Remember, BlackRock has close to $10 trillion worth of capital for them to use. If you can control it with the price there, you can basically make yourselves rich, but you don't want to make everybody else rich as well. So this is what I see as a scenario with BlackRock. It is good news from the standpoint that it's a base hit. Really, it's kind of a home run as far as price. But what I think is going to happen is people are going to get raked over the coals with price because this is what happened last time. The price went skyrocket and then boom and bust. And then I think they'll do the reverse this time where it'll fail a lot, where people start selling their Bitcoin. Don't sell your Bitcoin to BlackRock, please. Please don't sell because the price is going down. Because as soon as they scoop it up or as much as they can, then the price is going to take off and you won't be able to buy it. I think they're going to do a Feds did the sweep type thing where exchanges are hard to get. Being able to peer-to-peer exchange is going to be hard to get. Self-custody is damn near impossible for some people because they don't want to learn about it. And they're going to trust BlackRock and some of the custody companies that they have over being self-sufficient, being peer-to-peer, the ethos of Bitcoin. So on one hand, it sounds good. I think price will definitely take off. But on the other hand, be wary of these herky-jerky price movements that may happen in the next few months.
Great analysis. Great spot on analysis. I was pretty good on that. All right. I can't wait to read the comments about this one because I know we have a lot of people who have been watching the different mechanisms as far as capital flight, shout out to Trek, or which different types of ETFs and futures, patents or licenses and registrations get granted. So I can't wait to kind of see what people are going to actually say about this and some of their inside track as well. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be crazy if they do get it their first time through. I wonder if the SEC and the other regulatory bodies will have to provide an explanation to those who didn't get it if they do get it first. Like, sorry guys, but you don't know the same people. They know you're not worth $1 trillion or whatever explanation they will actually give. It'll be interesting.
Oh yeah, have you seen BlackRock's record of applying for ETFs? Their record is 575-1.
What?
So it's a done deal. It's basically a done deal. Like it's sort of like if the feds come pick you up, they got a 99% win rate. You lost. I'm sorry. Just go ahead and go for that. And go for that lowest sentence. So yeah, I think this is a done deal. When it's coming out, I think it's interesting because Fed now is starting July 1st.
Yeah, and I've been seeing the people are putting it, starting to spread the websites and stuff. Yeah.
And also, too, of course, we got BRICS lingering in the background where they're trying to figure out a different currency. So what if BlackRock has inside information that Russia and China and all these, they're going to basically help collapse the American economy and they're going to use Bitcoin as a backup. And BlackRock's like, well, we're about to get as much Bitcoin as we can because we're going to still be rich no matter what happens. Whether, like I said, the people who run BlackRock, Larry Fink and all them, they play both sides. So they're not going to lose money on it. And if they know it before you do, if you're just finding out, they're doing basically what we've been telling you for the last 6 years. Dollar cost average, stack, hold, self-custody, keep it because it's going to be extremely hard to get it when this happens. Trust me.
Yeah, well, I think something's definitely a foul because, again, these moves against Coinbase and then Binance right after, not even mention FTX going down. You got Sherman and his cronies starting Prometheus, sipping lean. I don't know what they're doing. They're gang members. I don't know what they're doing over there, all right? But what I do know is that Bittrex, a.k.a. Shittrex, is back in the news. Again, that is right. For people who have been a part of Shittrex anytime, you should have been receiving some emails this week where the feds are basically taking over all their accounts and they're like, hey, hey, you know these guys? Did they do something? Did they do something to you? Do they owe you anything? Well, come talk to us. We'll get that back for you. Yeah, the feds are basically sending out emails on behalf of Bittrex saying that they are the muscle. As a United States citizen, you can put that muscle on them. They're basically telling you the only thing is you got to tell Uncle Sam exactly who you are and what your business was. So if you're comfortable with doing that, if Bittrex owes you any money, they owe you any back dues, they did you wrong. Hey, Uncle Sam said we got them down. Hey, come and get some licks in. All right. So if that's your type, you should have received some of those types of emails. You can see they have websites set up, all types of stuff. But the story here, essentially, Bittrex has withdrawal set to resume after bankruptcy court gives green light. I thought I actually sent an email that yesterday they provided the instructions too. The court left the issue of the subordinacy of government claims open. Bittrex received multi-million-dollar credits from FinCEN and OFAC. So OFAC does have Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We need to be clear about
that. Ethereum nodes have to be 70% of them are OFAC compliant.
Well, there we have it. All right. How much fees are they getting off that?
Oh yeah, they making hella bread. That's why actually, and we're not covering this today. I just saw it maybe 5 minutes before we got on. They were saying that they're looking at Ethereum as being specified as other. They're not going to specify it as a commodity or as a security. They're going to specify it as other. And the reason for that is because JP Morgan owns a lot of these nodes, and most regular people can't afford to run them. So it's just going to be exactly what we have now, but in digital form on a shittier blockchain. So that's basically what you got working with Ethereum.
It's crazy how, so I mean, I honestly wonder, like for people like Gary Gensler, all these folks, do people like does the JP Morgan Chase president like actually threaten you himself? Do you get threatened, or is it like a third party threat?
Oh yeah.
You know, I just want to know how the threat comes, because like I would assume, unless he's really just trying to like JP Morgan chasing these guys, like the bank fraudsters have put all their people in place and they're such big bros to them that maybe they just look up to them. But I'm really trying to figure out where it's like,
Have you seen?
hey, if you fuck this up for us, we're gonna kick your ass. That's essentially what's happening.
Have you
JP
seen?
Morgan, these banks, when it comes to Ethereum being a security now, even though everything else is, they were literally calling or meeting with Gary Gensler. There's some friendly memes with coffee, like, yeah, Gary, we know you're gonna do the right thing on this one, because if you can't do the right thing, we can't either, Gary. We all can't do the right thing. It's those conversations happening right now.
Hey,
But it's either that or he actually looks up to him. What you gonna say?
well, I was gonna say, well, if you ever watch any political show or any show involving like billions with banks or whatnot and investments, they always got a guy. They all
Yeah,
got.
that's what
I was gonna say, like, if you watch what's my show, House of Cards. Remember the guy from House of Cards? It was diabolical. I forget his name, but if he came up to you and start talking to you, you might as well go ahead and back down, because he already did research. He had the private investigators on. He know exactly what's gonna happen.
Fixers.
Yeah, the fixers, exactly. Olivia Pope ass niggas. So
that's what I used to want to be, actually. When I said, if I'm making an LA acting, I was like, man, I'm just gonna be a fixer for everybody. Like, I know everybody now, I know how to move. Like, look, here's the deal, buddy. Sip my coffee here. Listen, but it's already happening right now as we're speaking. So we might as well get down to business.
oh yeah, I wonder who the Clintons fixer are. He's a Hall of Fame fixer. That
Or
whoever
she or they, a group. They are some Hall of Famers.
Mhm.
All right, Mark Cuban. Speaking of Hall of Fame, Mark, I would actually give Mark Cuban. He might be like a Hall of Fame owner, man. Who's putting a type of time and work into their teams like he has. But Mark Cuban takes on the SEC. John Reed Stark in crypto derangement syndrome. The billionaire investor got stuck into a heated debate with former Securities and Exchange Commission official John Reed Stark over crypto regulation. I was asking before the show, is this the same John Reed, like fitness in LA, or is this a different guy? I don't know. But what's going on in this story, Bitcoins? It was Mark about to give somebody a fade, or was this like a friendly argument? What's happening?
Friendly argument. They weren't really going at it. As they call it, a spirited back and forth exchange on Twitter with him and John Reed Stark. He accused Stark of misinterpreting the impact of the case and blamed SEC Chair Gary Gensler's regulation via litigation approach for sabotaging crypto startups. I do want to say one thing. At some point, people gotta give us our credit, because King, me and you, we've been telling them, y'all keep trying to play these fucking away games. What did my man say in The Wire? Stop playing.
Mark Cuban back too. Mark Cuban back on the dark side.
Yeah, stop playing these fucking away games. Y'all keep thinking that these people are gonna actually work with you, and they walking in there like Clay Davis. They still gonna get paid, and you still not gonna have any regulatory clarity. So there was a small back and forth there. John Reed, he was basically quoting about the SEC Binance case, and Mark Cuban said, John, I think you're misreading the impact of what the judge said. It's not related in this suit. Not all crypto businesses that have tokens are considered using tokens of large enterprises. And basically, he was just arguing for the little guy. He was saying, if you can't don't have that much money, you can't really fight the SEC. You just got to kind of go with it, aka library token, aka some smaller projects that got scooped up. So a lot of what they were arguing about is basically like, there's no clarity. There's no way a small business can win. And then the SEC is also on the other side bloating and letting, look, yesterday we did a story about Hong Kong. It's forcing crypto to be into the banks or whatnot. Like, it seems like the SEC is basically pulling a bait and switch. Get rid of all the small companies, and then
And I mean, it's kind of what's to be expected. One of the earlier things we point out since 2017, since the start, since the initial thing, whenever we're talking about scale, and the reason why we start talking about it because the whole SegWit 2X Civil War happened, all that. One thing I've continuously said, Zave's continuously said, we're not really interested in a lot of these cryptos you hear of until they get to the top 5 or 10 as far as the technology and the true value, not the price. We know whatever the coin number in 1,000 could do a crazy 600% pump. We're not talking about that. We're talking about, is this the future of the monetary system? Does this technology help change the world? Whether you're talking about the monetary system or other, does this thing have value as a technology, right? When you're looking at all those different things, of course, Bitcoin meets all those metrics. Ethereum meets some of those metrics, but the 23,000 coin that came out, it might not meet any of these metrics yet. And not only that, even if it does meet some of these metrics, it might be bootstrapped. You're talking about one or two developers who have been now at this point, since 2017, when a lot of people entered, have been learning the code since then, right? Maybe they're 15, maybe they're 25, maybe they're 35, 45, but they've been learning the code since 2017, 6 years or whatever later. Now they're like, hey, we have this amazing project. We think it is world changing. And as you enter that top 5 or 10, again, that's when the scaling actually matters, because things like the government are going to start fucking with you. Oh, well, you're big now. You guys have a lot of money. It's like, oh, no, we don't. We just have a big community. A lot of people think our project is valuable, so we have community. But yeah, this is that barrier to entry we talked about since 2017. This is the way they're going to do it. If you're already in, you're in. They don't want any more new players in. They want the people who are already in and big to stay, license them, make them fall to the sword of the government. And if you're new, no, we can't have you in here. This is only for certain people, the same as internet service providers we were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that's that. You said it exactly. We've been talking about it for a while now, and unfortunately, the SEC with Gary Gensler, shit, they're calling for Gary Gensler to. They're trying to get him out of there. That's how bad he is. Yeah, like that's. I mean, nobody likes this motherfucker. People in government and people that's in the crypto company. So it'll be interesting. But I think Mark Cuban's voice, in the tech world is important. In the crypto world, he's still a baby to me. The fact that he got rug pulled already, you're a billionaire, dog. You don't have money to get research. You got rug pulled like a 17-year-old DJ on on Bobcat. You know what I mean? Like, a baby to me in the space. He's still learning. He's still trying to get clarity, but within the framework of how the tech industry was built. When in reality, they should have avoided them all together. They should have never been on their side. They should have never tried. They should have all been a united front. But
hey, I've been saying that from the jump. You know that. Yeah.
They're going to, bro, like, you don't negotiate with terrorists. You have you've been in the military.
You don't do it. You're not going to get
terrorists. You might as well just kill me, because I'm not going to negotiate. Go back and forth.
And the crazy thing is, again, that's why I get excited when I see all these bills in Wisconsin, Wyoming, wherever. But I'm like, no, that's the trap right there. They want you. Of course, they're gonna give you the good bills first, and literally 3 to 6 to 9 years later, it's gonna be the bad bills, and it's too late to be like, no, we ain't listening now. No, hell no. Hell no, you're not. You've been listening. You're gonna keep listening. Like, exactly. It's too late. It is too late. All right, we did put a link in the chat. Feel free to call in if you got some smoke. Have we got something wrong? Do you want to shield your token? If any hexicans, please, people, go to Twitter, tag all hexicans. Usually I say it 3 times in the mirror and they pop up. I haven't seen one. I've been saying it. I just put a Twitter message out Tuesday to have the hexicans call the show. I told them, don't even tweet. I'm not reading no comments. Not interested in comments. Okay, come talk. Come talk and tell us what happened with the houses and the dollar or whatever it was supposed to be HEX. So come holler at us. I want to read this comment. PFC Wills Trek has a comment. You're missing how the definition is being expanded. Anything that makes money and allows the average person to move up in the financial system will be a security. Boom. I see that. I do see that happening. And that's the thing where it's like it's a rigged game. It's a rigged system for the average person. It's, again, you could be doing everything right, playing within the rules, checking the box that you own crypto, paying taxes, so on and so forth, and then boom, Cointelegraph funnels you to Robinhood, and then Robinhood stops trading at its, at the optimal times for you to actually make money and change your life. And there's nothing you can do. Bittrex keeps your money, goes MIA, right? Like Binance, through no fault of their own, has to shut down the exchange. Celsius and some of these other companies overextend themselves. TGOC, Terra Luna, they figure out that people, hey, they get you. They get a lot of people. It is what it is, so it never ends. FTX used to help the government to do it. And now we have Prometheum sneaking through the doors, or not even sneaking, kicking the door down because of the relationships they have with, politicians, essentially. So it's going to be a great movie. It's going to be a great movie.
I can't wait.
Hexicans, calling all hexicans. Feel free to call in. Let's open up the floor. If you just want to call in and tell us your HEX story and what you think about the price, listen, anybody. It looks like they're down. Just come from anywhere and just start punching and kicking and going through pockets. Anybody call in and talk about HEX, feel free to. They always want to get talked about, so we're going to talk about it today. Because to be fair, if you guys make a rebound, man, this could be one of the greatest rebounds in history. So calling all HEX-kens, feel free to call in. You guys are less than a penny right now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right. Last but not least, Bitcoin in Cuba. Why some Cubans are adopting Bitcoin to escape the matrix. What's going on in this story, Bitcoin, Zay?
Oh, yeah. So shout out to Cuba. My actually, Esquina de Abuela, Cuban art place I'm working with in Miami. Shout out my boy Fabian. But we're actually planning an event for Cubans in his neighborhood for the end of July. And it's crazy that this comes out right before, because my guy Joe Nakamoto, he went down to Cuba and he basically had the first Bitcoin meetup in Cuba. This was May 28th. And he said they're poised to benefit from the cryptocurrency revolution in one of the world's harshest business environments. And let me tell you something, people. If you don't know about Cuba, you may have heard about Fidel Castro. Let me tell you something. If people are coming over here on life rafts, floating over here, you know how bad it is in Cuba. Like, it's terrible. And I'm speaking with Fabian and a lot of the people that are Cuban that come to his art house, they all will tell you horror stories of eating moldy bread for 2 months straight, not having enough food. People will be like, I'm on the way to Cuba to visit my family, and all they tell me to bring is food. Like, that's how bad it is. So
that bad there? Wow. Like to this day or back in the day?
To this day, it's okay. Getting worse, because they can actually control communication by shutting down the internet, which they do like once a week. People don't realize that, because that was my first problem when I was exploring like how to teach Cubans about Bitcoin. He said to me, he's like, they shut the internet off like once a week. And I was like, oh shit. So now I had to find out about mesh networks, discover you could use radio, NFC technology, Bluetooth, all that stuff to get around it. However, this is a step forward, because Cuba is prime. They have a lot of fighters and a lot of people that were willing to die to fight against the communist regime. So if instead of dying for it, I could just buy Bitcoin and just starve out our government, which one are you going to choose? Adoption will be extremely fast. A recent immigrant, this guy Cruz, what's his name? Eric Cruz. He leads the remittance and money transfer business Bittrex and Cuba Pay, and has been outspoken supporting Cuban citizens using Bitcoin since 2020. They can use Bitcoin as a tool. And when we talk about in the first book, I
loved it. I love seeing that as a tool.
As a tool. That's all it is, man. It's a tool. You use it for what you need, and then that's it. And I remember talking about circular economies back in 2019. It was just in America or just Black people. Was like, no. This is for every community that wants to basically starve out the government. You can start your own circular economy, start accepting sats. It's a lot easier now. So I think Cuba will be one of the prime ones. They're like the exact opposite of El Salvador. However, they could soon. So shout out to Cuba, man. Shout out to my Cubans out there.
Yeah, shout out that POC Will's like, so it has nothing, he's being funny, to do with the throttling the average Joe's Jane's ability to have access to technology that provides economic mobility. Is just about protecting the public. You know what they're going to say. Yeah, I mean, I love how he talks about it as a tool. That's the thing we keep trying to preach and press upon people. It's like, yes, we understand you can make money in these markets, but you are literally like speculating, gambling, and some have a real value, but you're ascertaining value from a set of tools. The market is actually tools. So if you look at it like that, I always compare Bitcoin to a calculator. I'm like, it's literally just it's an upgraded calculator type of deal. It's an upgraded part of technology. So if you really, look at it from that point of view and take a broader approach, you're saying this calculator, this hammer, this screwdriver from the different types of cryptos are worth $10,000, $20,000, whatever that number is, $250, whatever the number is. You're gambling or betting or speculating or investing in the tool, people. Again, these things are technologies. That's why when people do have some of the meme coins out there and they claim that the meme coins are actually going to take over, it's like, that's the last thing you want to do, because it's a tool that doesn't work if it takes over. It's like it's a screw that doesn't screw. It's a hammer that doesn't hammer. I don't know, but it doesn't work. It's a calculator with no numbers on it. So that was our point when we start talking about these technologies. And got to shout out, I hate crypto blood. What's up, CB? What's going on with that new name?
Oh yeah, what up,
CB in the house? CB News Network. Make sure you check them out.
That's the most Cuban morning you can have. Get some cafecito and a stogie. I think CB is hella Cuban.
CB, what's going on? What's going on? Ali Pio says, shout out to my fellow Cubans. There we go. We got some Cubans in here. They say their Tia owns Bitcoin. There we go. All right. Hoping to get some Hexicans in. I mean, this is awfully quiet today. I did see one. Candace, shout out to Candace for at least commenting. Candace says it's all about the T-shares. Candace said Hex is all about T-shares. Call in and tell us. Call in and tell us about those T. So are you saying we should hold it for the next 10 years? And if so, do we hold it over Bitcoin? This is the question.
This is the diabolical thing about Richard Hart. The thing is, we can't say I told you so until 10 or 15 years from now, because you got T-shares and sacrifices and shit. So no matter what people say, they can always say, well, nah, it still hasn't been 18 years or 36 years or whatever the sacrifice period or whatever the T-shares are. So they can always just say, well, you can't say I told you so until we all old and decrepit, and then we can look back at it and laugh. But yeah, you might want to make a good decision right now, because I would hate to see the Hexicans holding on to all that money, Hexican money, in the middle of a bull market. And
I was waiting. Oh, see, that's why I was listening. I was about to go on that route. I was about to go on that route. This is the thing when you start talking T-shares and everything, and post-chain donations, like y'all donated crypto. When I tell you oldest trick in the book, straight up. Listen, I'll sit on the sideline. And listen, if you get it, good for you. I can't be mad. I'm happy, but I'm gonna sit this one out, boss. Listen, here's the thing. And we just got to mess with Hex too. We do hope, as all cryptocurrencies, everything will be okay. But we just poking fun, get you all to call in, and hopefully give us a real update of what's going on, because the community actually has been silent. So we're actually searching for a real update in all these jokes. But where Bitcoin's about to go with, or Bitcoin's is about to go with it, my thoughts exactly. The whole thing behind the whole T-shares, and not just of Hex, of any of these tokens and stuff, like it needs to already be intertwined in the government or market, like banking and central banks. That's what XRP is trying to do. Because like, if you're going to bet on that, and especially through these times like this, when you're talking slow growth, maybe through the next year or two, or the growth being based off the Bitcoin bull cycle, why wouldn't you just invest in Bitcoin? You might as well just put it in Bitcoin. You literally might as well put in, especially when it looks like some of the bigger wallets of Hex, the T-shares and post-chain, are putting their money either in luxury items or Bitcoin themselves. They're kind of doing the same thing TGOC did from Terra Luna, just at a slower rate. TGOC just did it all at the same time. Like, you know what? Hey, God, and he announced it to y'all, and y'all really went for that one too. That was pretty funny. Only because y'all still arguing. Like, bro, he just announced he's going to buy Bitcoin. Y'all don't see a problem with this? Same thing here. Post-chain, Hex T-shares. Hey, he's swapping that out for luxury items in front of you and for more Bitcoin. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, what did Matthew McConaughey say on Wolf of Wall Street? The job is to take your money and put it in my pocket. And then continue promising. They be like, oh, you just made 25%. Oh no, but look at this other place. Look at this other product I got for you.
Wait, I mean,
but around from something, what was it? Sacrifices, T-shares, that Jam's got to get on and tell us all the stuff. But they just keep them pacified until one day. And somebody made a comment and says in 5 to 7 years the whole market will be up. Still not buying Hex though. You know what? That's a part, to me, that's a part of the diabolical plan. Is like, if the whole market is, if we're a $10 trillion market and Hex, makes a move back to its all-time highs, however long that takes, they can always justify waiting this long, because it'll be like everybody else that was sitting in the bear market.
Yeah. But see, here's so good and bad about that, folks. That could happen because, I mean, hey, let's say Hex, even right now at this point, if they can hang around. I know you have a strong community. Bull market hits, all of a sudden it goes to what, 10 cent, which is realistic. I mean, you literally went from 0.007 cent to 10 cent. For the newbies or the people who are holding bags, like, hey, we're winners, like buying houses, all this, Hex is the best. So, I mean, that is a possibility. But here's the flip side. That community better remain strong, because the competition, I mean, we've already covered a couple basically Hex clones that come to us for sponsorships and stuff. So yeah, I mean, the clones are coming, and some, to be honest, might even be better, right? Because what year was Hex made? The technology keeps improving. I'm not sure what type of development is going on. If you want to start talking the technicals of it, it could be somebody could have already been better than at this point. So a lot of things going to it to wait for that next bull cycle, and that's the whole point of it. But again, we don't want to talk about it. Call in, you Hexicans. Candace, you're in the chat. Call in, Candace, and tell us about Hex. We'll take it easy on you. We just want to know some updates about this in post chain. And hey, y'all gonna listen. First, I'm gonna leave it on this. Stop calling out Jams. Jams will be back. Y'all know if y'all summon him, he'll be here. So I will hear from him more than likely next week. Leave him alone. He's busy today, but he will be back. And then hopefully, I don't know, maybe we get Richard Hart on here one day. And I can't.
I still want him and Reggie on here at the same time. We got to do it, but I don't think Richard would take that. I don't think that debate.
Especially right now. It would be hilarious when he starts to talk HEX now, because I can already know where the conversation is going. You won't get a word in, and we're not even going to talk about the price right now. We're going to talk about the glory days. Oh, we got somebody. There we go. You summon the beast and they come. There we go. Oh, no, we got CB. Oh, even better. CB in the house. CB, what up, bro?
What's going on, fella? Let me a couple shots for this morning. Yeah.
Hey, CB News Network. Make sure you all checking out Bloody Analytics, Crypto Blood. I mean, this man has been in the game since being in the game.
Listen, I love to hate HEX, baby.
Wake up, hate is fun. I don't care what nobody says.
Well, really quick, guys, really quick. I just want to show you. Oh, they must have heard me yesterday because the price has increased. I can't wait to show you this, but let's go ahead and bring it up. Let's go ahead and bring them up, folks. There it is. This is your king. This is what I saw the other day. Back in 2020, this price was 0.003. And it is 0.008 right now. That is a scary chart to look at. What say to you, CB? Is this just a quick little bear market and they're coming right back to the top?
No, I had to come in because I heard one of you guys talk about this clever tactic that Richard Hart is using by having everyone wait 56 years, 180 years, will be dead. So, like, he still wins. Like, the guy is clever, bro.
I know. Clever. You gotta give him that. Gotta give him that.
You gotta give him that, man. So I don't know, man. I still don't understand it fully. Not interested in trying to understand it. Where's Richard Hart though? Has he been?
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Well, no. Well, ever since he swapped all those post-chain donations to Louis Vuitton bags, he kind of fell off the map. But did you donate? Did you hear about this? He has a project. It's like $1 billion, I guess, donated. A lot of that came from like a main wallet, which is more likely his. But yeah, a lot of people donated their crypto to him. It had to be at least a year or two ago. So, everybody's patiently waiting for the HEX project. Yeah.
Hey, Lord Smith, he said, Richard Hart is clever for dummies. What you don't understand is most people are dumb. So
yeah.
So we dealing with a lot of dummies out here.
And the thing is, dumb is two types of dummies, right? You got dummies that are essentially they don't want to learn, and then you have dummies that lack the knowledge, right? So they both can be dumb, but I don't know, man. I'm still up in the air about him, Richard Hart. Like, I won't call him a full-on scammer. He's a finesser. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's a finesser.
And he's from Florida. He's from Florida too, ain't he? You know how they do down here.
Yeah.
I be seeing him out the clubs and the way to be. I be like, that ain't nothing but a bunch of Richard Harts running around. But all I care about is that as long as we don't get any more shitty music from the HEXkins, I'll be good. Because I'm tired of hearing y'all motherfuckers talking about y'all can rap and y'all rapping like looking off Richard Hart and like he a fucking prophet. Get over yourself, man. Ain't nobody
like, dog, the sacrifice, and that sounds real cult like. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's weird, bro.
They're gonna have on Nikes, drinking Kool-Aid on bunk beds by the time they finish with goddamn HEX.
Let's look at some of these comments on CoinMarketCap. This is from an hour ago. Man. People sacrifice coins, waited 2 years, and is already down 70%. What does it take for people to realize they've been scammed? I got to give it to Richard. Best executed scam ever. Has walked off with billions of people sacrificed money and made a coin value out of thin air. While Pulse has no liquidity. Best scam ever. Well done, Richard. Oh, here we go. Bullish on Pulse. 9-inch sacrifices live. There we go. Hey, listen, it's real. People 6 hearts on there. This is real.
Yeah,
look at all the idiots fudding it just like they did HEX. We all know how they miss HEX, and now they will miss HEX again. Post 2. That was 2 days ago. All right. Let's see. I can't see my post-chain balance. Okay. Waited 2 years for this, down 70%. I mean, folks, one thing you got to know is everything, like, that sounds noobish to me when you say I've been waiting and it's already down. Like, while you're waiting is when people are making the money. When it The launch is the liquidity day. Launch is always liquidity day, folks, with the exception of the people who are like die hard. I'm not looking at it. I want to keep it for forever or for the next 10 years. If you're not one of those people, launch day, exchange, that's always liquidity day, folks. And every have you ever seen any token launch that wasn't liquidity day for the most part? Like, I mean, even if the next day or two they start to pump, that first day those sales are at the highs. People are like, let's get rid of this and make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to Brissology. That's my guy. He comes through. He's a Hexagon. He said, Blood just said he wasn't interested in learning, then says dummies don't try to learn. I'm not interested in learning a Ponzi scheme. You're right. I mean, I'm sorry, not a Ponzi scheme, a pyramid scheme. There's a difference. It's a pyramid scheme, an extreme pyramid scheme. No, I'm not interested in that, Brissology. Sorry, brother.
Well, you know, it's crazy. Like I said, I don't hate anybody in this space. It's hilarious though. How the Hex code? Which code of crypto people do you think is the strongest? Because I would put Hex up there.
Ooh.
I would say XRP.
XRP, bro.
No, listen. Is probably number one.
XRP is strong. Listen, it's one. It's a big one. Y'all be messing only because they not as aggressive as Hex and XRP. Bro, them Ethereum boys and gals ain't. Hey, listen, Ethereum people, they might be the most aggressive. They might be the worst, and here's why. They won't even tell you they mad at you. They got corporation. They'll just go behind the scenes like, oh, okay, you.
Joe Lucas,
SEC. That's what I'm saying. SEC. We got a new one we need you to holler at. Like, I don't know.
That's interesting. I've never really come across any like Ethereum.
Hey,
Ethereum. Well, what I would say is the reason why is you don't see them going that hard is because they're the second market cap. So they kind of don't have to, hype themselves up. The same way they have to do with Cardano or Hex or
tell them boys at Bankless something wrong with Ethereum.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They go, listen, they don't make it be known, but they'll be like, hey, you want to talk about some motherfuckers you don't want to listen to? No. Like, those guys who hate Ethereum, those are the ones. No. Cardano, Cardano has a small but
I'm not. I respect the Cardano stands. I don't have any hate towards them.
Hey man, when it comes out about the stuff about Charles Hoskinson, I don't want to hear nothing.
Hey, and on that one, we're about to call it a day too. It looks like Bitcoin Zay got to run. CB, thanks for joining us. Hey, let's get the guest first. CB, what you got for us, CB? Take us out.
Hey man, just come holler at I Hate Crypto. Rename the channel. Just draw some eyeballs in. And I got a live stream coming on at 11 o'clock. So come holler at me. Make sure you guys follow King, Zay, myself, the black content creators in this space. We need your support, ladies and gents. Let's go.
Hey, did I not say hate?
There you go.
Hey, Jams, we defended you though, Jams. Before we leave,
late, bro. JG Wentworth. I need my money and I need it now.
Hey, Jams, we did defend you. We were like, listen, if you summon Jams, he'll come. He busy right now. He'll be back before next week. And boom. So Jams, shout out to you for showing up. We don't even want Jams here. Hey, go get I was about to pull up these Twitter receipts, which I am pulling up next week from these Hexagons. I want all the ones who's popping that hot shit. They need to make you got time to make rap videos in your 40s. You got time to come on a podcast, all right? Bitcoin Zay, you got anything?
Shout out to everybody. The Juneteenth coming up. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your holiday. But yeah, definitely support. Make sure you support I Hate Crypto, my man CB Blood. Let me know when you back down in Miami, brother.
All right, bro. We'll do.
Check out bloodyanalytics.com. Later, everyone.